What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Errol Spence, Shawn Porter. This is the official prediction, pre-prediction video that I'm going to make for you guys. Why it's on my mind. I promised you guys I'll have it out for you. Shawn Porter, Errol Spence Jr. It's going to be a firefight, but it's going to be one of those firefights where if Shawn can impose his game plan, fight him in close, mid-range to close range, he can beat Errol Spence. He has to outwork him. He has to be hungrier. He has to be focused. Errol Spence, I see Errol Spence coming in. I think he's coming in this fight, honestly, due to his demeanor, but his demeanor is always the same. Errol Spence always looks like he's hungover, if you notice. And every either hungover, he just smoked a blunt, and then he wants to come into the come into the press conference laid back, you know. But if he can push Shawn Porter back, he can implement those body shots to hurt Shawn Porter, and that's what's going to be the case. Okay, I think Shawn Porter is a headstrong fighter. He's a come-forward fighter. Errol Spence is also a come-forward fighter, right? Errol Spence, the mighty Rhino. He comes forward. That's why he gets a nickname on this channel, the Rhino. And here's my thing. I don't see Errol Spence, big as he is, I don't see him pushing Shawn Porter back. I just don't see it. I see Shawn Porter getting those shots off and Errol Spence attacking him when he comes in or he goes out. He doesn't fight like Manny, but he's like his formation is similar to Manny's. When he comes in, he either tries to counter with his right, but he's fighting a southpaw, so he's going to use that right. He wants to counter with his right hand, and he wants to get inside and throw rights to the body and right uppercuts to Errol Spence. And you guys have to realize something. I think Shawn Porter, depends on how hungry he is. If Errol Spence beats Shawn Porter, it won't be by knockout, and if it is, I will be very, very surprised. I think this is going to be another close fight because Shawn Porter is the type of fighter that gives it everything that he has in these fights. I don't believe he won against Ugas, but this isn't Ugas. This is Errol Spence. I think Shawn's going to wait for him to come in to see what he's about. Mind you, this is this is his coming out party. It's not Kell Brook. Okay, Kell Brook was damaged goods by the time he fought him because Kell Brook was messing with Golovkin up there, which he shouldn't have been. But Shawn Porter is his true, legitimate test. Okay? Now, we're going to learn a lot about Errol Spence on Saturday night. We're going to learn a lot about him. We're going to see what he's about, really. We're going to see if he's worth that hype. This is no Lamont Peterson. This is no Chris Algieri. Okay? This is no Kell Brook. And those are the best fighters that he's been in the ring with. Facts. He hasn't been in there with anyone like that. Mikey Garcia doesn't count because it's not his division. Now he's fighting a full-fledged welterweight, okay? Shawn Porter is a welterweight. And more so, he's a high opposition, a high-tier welterweight. He's a champion also. He's a WBC champion, okay? So this isn't going to be, and if Errol Spence gets beat, you've heard it here first. And I think he will be tested, if not beaten. I want him to be beaten because I don't think that he has been in there with the opposition. Nothing has prepared him for Shawn Porter. He's not been in there with anyone like Shawn Porter. He can talk all he wants, but that talking's gonna cease when he fights him. I am interested to see how Errol Spence handles Shawn Porter. That is the test. But I think he won't be able to push back Shawn Porter. I think with the type of style, with a guy that's accustomed to moving forward, with another guy that's accustomed to moving forward, somebody got to go back. right? Somebody's going to give, somebody's going to fold, or they will fight like the Dickens to see who does, right? It might be a back and forth fight, which I think it will. It's going to be a very exciting fight as long as it lasts, unless Shawn Porter. I'm wondering if, because Errol Spence is a tough kid. He's tough, so he can take shots. But then, who's he taking shots by? Algieri, pillow puncher. Mikey Garcia, smaller guy. He doesn't register. Lamont Peterson, smaller guy. Doesn't register. Who else? Kell Brook. Well, Kell Brook had him. He gave him what he could give him for 8 or 9 rounds until Kell Brook's face fell apart. Now, that was a pretty backward and forward fight, and he was getting the best of Errol Spence. Why? Because the opposition. I don't think Errol Spence will be ready for this opposition, people. I think what will happen, he'll get in there, he'll have to readjust. I want to see him switch gears. I want to see what he can do. I want to see if he really tried to knock out Mikey Garcia, because if he couldn't and he really tried to knock out Mikey Garcia, he's going to catch hell with Shawn Porter. Okay, because Showtime ain't coming to lay down, and he's not wanting to get up that WBC belt. In fact, he wants to take that IBF. So I think that Shawn Porter, with his experience, I think he will beat Errol Spence. I think he will beat Errol Spence. I would be very surprised and give Errol Spence his props and congratulate him to the welterweight division if he beats Shawn Porter. But I don't think he's ready for Shawn Porter because he's never been here. Okay? So that's my prediction. It's going to be a great fight. I hope it's a fantastic fight. You guys tell me what you think about my prediction video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys can counterpunch. Peace.